Alrighty, wonderful. Good evening, hello, good day, whatever time it is for you out in meat space, and welcome to the party. I am your dungeon master for this evening, the Bardic Knock. It's under my face. That's my Twitter. If you want to follow me, but you don't have a pair of high-powered binoculars, you can do it on the internet now. So, you know, Kevin, it makes your job a lot easier. Apologies for the delay. TJ was off playing with his children. How dare he be a good father?
I know, life getting in the way of games again.
No, it's cool. I find it sweet and endearing. So, so what we are doing tonight, we are playing Dungeons and Dragons, specifically 3.5 edition, because change is difficult. And I'm intrinsically lazy. That's my excuse.
Good excuse.
I've been slowly learning 5e, but it's kind of there. It's like, I will learn this, but not yet. So, who knows? Before I go around and let players introduce themselves, I'm going to bash out the, I need a word, like a phrase to describe all the stuff I have to say for the channel. Yeah, those words. So, hey, do you like Welcome to the Party? Do you like tabletop role-playing games? And, well, no, that's mainly at tabletop role-playing games. You should consider subscribing and or following the channel here on Twitch. If you subscribe, not only do you get to give a free critical hit to any player on any game on the channel for every month you remain subscribed, you also get access to some super cool emotes. On Tier 1, you get access to a WTTP D20. For Tier 2, you get access to Michael the Mimic. And Tier 3 gets you crits on the rocks. If you don't have the time, or you live in a weird place like, say, Britain, where all the things air at really stupid times, so you can't watch them live, we have a YouTube channel which has just recently got over 100 subscribers. So now you can find it just by typing in youtube.com/welcome to the party. It takes you straight to the channel. It's a real place. You can see my face on there on some of the videos. It's not like just my face.
No, it is,
because that would be horrifying.
It's 100% just videos of his face. They like crop everything else out.
Not even video, it's just slideshows.
Honestly, it's like the best evolution. It's the best reaction video. Just the people reacting.
The thing is, it's just one picture. It's a slideshow of one picture.
It's going one, and then it slides off the screen.
From one picture to the exact same picture.
Yes, and the background
forever,
music is
for eternity.
the background music is us mocking him indefinitely. The whole duration.
Oh God.
Love you.
So yes, if that interests you, you're going to be severely disappointed when you go to a channel and it's not that. It will. If you are, however, interested in, oh God, I don't even know how many campaigns are on there now. A lot. That's kind of where my brain is at. Just a lot of different campaigns are all on there. But you can find them, you can watch them, you can like them, you can share them to your friends or pets, or I don't know what else you can do. Whatever you can think of, you can do it.
Let's see.
Solid life advice. Other things, there's a Discord server down below for Welcome to Party if you are ever interested in being on a stream or taking part in things, because it's cool stuff. Pop down into Discord and stuff goes on. If you're not interested in playing, but you just want to talk to a bunch of people like me, I'm in there a lot because that's pretty much all I do. So yeah, there's that. In the Discord down there, it's a good place. If you don't like me, you can just mute me in the Discord. So
It'll be a little strange because you'll see people talking to themselves if you do.
And then you don't have to listen to him, but you still get to enjoy his glorious, glorious mustache. Right? Best of both worlds.
Exactly. So, that's pretty much everything.
Cody, I couldn't see your cat, and I could just see your hands. I thought you were playing with your nipples for a second, and the cat's head comes up.
Not on stream. I thought we were live.
By the way, there's 21 different playlists currently on the channel.
Thank you for
All of them
checking
with
that out.
him playing with his nipple.
That is the thumbnail to every playlist, fortunately.
We're
In case you're worried
mature
about
adults.
missing out on that action.
Adults,
I've
yes,
never made such
mature
a
does
claim.
not describe anything about this group whatsoever.
No, it really doesn't.
See,
Okay.
here's the control. Was it this bad when I was gone for the last 2 episodes?
Yes.
Okay, good.
Not as bad, but still bad, I would say. So, okay. What I will quickly do is I will let people introduce themselves. TJ, since you've not been here, would you like to be the first person to introduce yourself and say your name and things?
Well, you said my name and a lot of things already, but again, my name is TJ, and I'll be playing Flick, the halfling rogue, right? Rogue? I'm still a rogue? I don't know. My brain still wants to say bard, even from the first 2 episodes. For some reason, it's in there. I felt my brain trying to go down those train tracks, and I had to like derail it back onto the right path. I'm like, no, here we go.
So you
So
just have to,
what
like-
you're saying is your brain wants you to be a bard.
Apparently, I guess Flick's multi-classing.
I would love to see.
That would be
Already
pretty,
too many bards in this party.
Right?
that would be pretty
Everybody is now required to get at least 1 level in bard.
Every bardy.
cool. See, the thing is, whilst that sounds like a really funny and silly thing to do, in 3.5, since Inspire Courage is a morale bonus, it stacks. First round of combat, each and every one of you could inspire courage, so then each and every one of you would get a plus over 6 of you, isn't there? So plus 6 to
It
attack.
might also,
Plus
it might also
Matthias.
not be a great idea. It
Plus
might be a bit of a
whoever
problem
else.
if suddenly every single one of us is provisioned in using a whip.
Why don't we just pick up like a traveling group of level 1 bards? Somewhere? There's got to be like a boys' choir we can adopt or something. You know, the way this party goes.
Just
No,
have
he's
a
not
little
wrong.
band sitting off to the side.
I want to see someone justify it. I want a 42-piece orchestra.
No,
And
it's
then
a plus, you
round-
gotta do a
First
mariachi
round of
number.
combat, I now have
Plus
plus 42 to attack and damage. Okay,
His battles
so
are always so epic. He always brings that choir with him. I don't know why. It just seems to go together.
This is your first time.
we did so good at staying on track. We lasted at least 30 seconds.
Alright.
If this is your first time tuning in, welcome. This is normal.
Yeah,
This is actually
this
very
about par
normal.
for the course.
It kind of is.
Alright.
Let's see
Throw
if
it
we
over to
can
someone.
bash through and get everyone else's names said, and then we can go back to cracking stupid
There we
jokes.
go.
I mean, that's a risk.
So, Rebecca, since you just spoke, say your name and who you're playing, and another thing.
Okay. Rebecca, I played the half-orc bard monk in training. 1 day level 1. I'm back from my honeymoon, so you get to deal with me again. That's great.
Yay, congratulations.
I'm sure
didn't
no
say
one
that
missed
before.
me.
Everybody missed.
I missed you. I missed all of you.
Did
TJ, you weren't here.
Yeah.
Exactly, he missed everyone.
That's exactly what I mean. I wasn't here. I missed you guys.
No one in the audience missed me and my ridiculous shit.
Kevin did.
Technically,
Kevin
I am
sent
watching the
many
stream right now.
messages.
Yeah.
So, honestly, your ridiculous shit is way less ridiculous than the rest of us combined. So,
It's true, to be
fair.
I take pride in that.
I am the least ridiculous team member.
Mm,
That needs to be a badge somewhere. And
Oh.
This group, yeah.
yeah.
Archer, I believe that's a perfect segue for you to introduce yourself.
So, my name is Archer the Eye. I am playing Keldor, the Null Knight, who is currently very fascinated with this strange creature that we're facing.
Well, there's a bunch of swirling colors in front of you, and you're just gonna go, ooh, pretty.
Okay, that works. Sounds like Keldor.
Yeah. Okay, so we've got half a party introduced. We're going good. Don't blink. Could you introduce yourself and say words?
Yes, I am Don't Blink. I play the awesome sorcerer Mako, who's, I think, flying around and showing off, but then he got showed up by Notad.
That's something I need to explain to TJ in a moment, because Flick's going to lose his shit.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
We'll get that when I finish introducing it. Well, when everybody finishes introducing themselves. Okay.
I may have screamed a little when I read that.
So, Blake.
I'm Blake. I play the Wild Elf Druid Spell Thief, Zendrix, and I am trying to kill a fish with a bubble.
Oh.
I don't know if that sounds really badass or really stupid.
Both.
We'll see
If
how
you
it
can
goes.
get away with it, it's really badass. You fail, it's stupid.
It's one of those lines where it could go both ways depending on how it's delivered. But we'll see. And finally, that brings us to Cody.
Oh, good to see you all. My name's Cody, the man accused of playing with his nipple. I play Kid, the level 2 fighter, level 4 wizard, who is currently riding a dolphin and shouting curse words at a fish, with the intent to kill it.
I can't follow that up. That just needs to sink in so everyone can acknowledge how fucking stupid this game is. But in, like, the best possible way.
My lips are getting increasingly hard to hold.
Okay, so to give a brief recap, 1 for my own sanity, and 2 for our various missing players during this combat. So, obviously, Flick, you had quite possibly one of the greatest plans, which everybody collectively ignored.
I knew I wasn't here to corral the cats who are never going to get it done.
Yeah. So, when I was in charge of you, I basically figured, okay, after having waited for about 3 rounds and realizing nothing was coming toward you, Flick goes, screw it, flies off, starts taking part. You have not made any uses of your gauntlets yet, so you've got all 5 charges of that still.
Perfect.
However, you have made use of a flask of oil in which you pulled it out, threw it, had Spudnik send a little firebolt into it, it exploded, and set an entire entangle spell on fire.
Nice.
So you still
all the fish within.
You still got your fire pit, just in a slightly different location.
Impromptu is even better.
Yes. The thing I was just mentioning about what Flick is going to be losing his flipping mind over. Since Flick has had a minor issue with a certain sorcerer not believing a damn thing about him, Flick will have witnessed the half-elf sprout 20-foot leathery lizard bat-like wings from his back, fly across the battlefield, and then open his mouth, letting out about a 50-foot cone of ice. Like he extinguished the fire you started, but also killed everything inside it. So
Okay.
I think that's probably the most important stuff for Flick to have noticed during this. What everyone else did is they just beat up fish. Some of the fish had legs. Some of them were. Some of the fish had cats for faces, and one of the fish had big scary tentacles.
And it's
Entire
not
cats
quite
for
dead
faces.
yet.
It is not quite dead yet. It is not looking so fantastic. So with that, let's jump right on into the action. Flick, it's your move. You are currently flying.
Okay. My roll 20 hasn't loaded up yet. Well, I'm going to. So I see Notad sprout wings and take off and go for a fucking flamethrower run through these fish people. Right where I just. Ice thrower run? Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And the wings that come out are white, I would assume?
More of a silvery color. Like a white silverish type hue.
Okay. Then that's a good question. I would have no realistic basis for knowing anything about the differences between dragon colors, would I?
Not unless you read about it.
If
you would know
could...
the fact that Notad performed some somatic components before these happened.
Yeah. But I remember the only time I've researched dragons in one of your games before was in our other game, right?
Yeah,
that's what I'm remembering? Okay.
Made your character go and read up on it.
Yeah.
If there is any way you could justify at any point in Flick's entire history, as a child he read a book about magical dragons. Like, okay, if you can justify it and it seemed believable, I will allow you to make a simple intelligence check to see if you could know.
I would imagine in his past there has been at least one time where he's pilfered something from a library. And I think dragons would be a likely eye-grabbing topic for a young halfling. So I'm going to go with that. And
I am okay with that. So, obviously, I'm assuming you have 0 ranks in Knowledge Arcana.
Yes.
So, this is just going to be an untrained intelligence check.
Okay. I can deal with that as soon as my character sheet finishes loading up. There we go. Okay. Intelligence. Oh, that's not on the stats filter. There we go. Let's see what we got. First roll back.
Pretty darn good.
22. Yeah, that's really good. Obviously, it's not like researched. It's not an academic level of intelligence, but you know that there are good dragons and bad dragons. The simplest way to determine them is by color, mainly. Anything which resembles a metal is usually defined as good. Anything that is just a regular color, blue, green, red, is usually defined as bad.
Okay.
So there are some exceptions.
Yeah.
There are many exceptions, but we're going on a general basis.
Having put together that basic information, I think Flick is, for anybody who's like looking at him up in the sky at this point, he's gonna do like a little, like he's not shouting, and he turns, and I'm gonna think to Spudnik, that looks like one of you, right?
Spudnik is gonna think back at you. Well, and as he does so, he kind of lifts one wing and then looks over. Like, the flappers look the same, but he's still a people. When I get big, do I become a people, Papa?
I honestly, buddy, I don't know what you're going to be able to do, but he seems to be able to do some pretty interesting stuff. But I think he's the right color, so we're going to let it lie for now and finish this fight.
Whoa! Did you just realize what you said out
Nice.
loud?
Very nice.
Ooh.
Well, that's gonna be.
Yeah, my wife
I missed
turned
it,
her
what?
head when she heard that, by the way.
I missed it.
We
What
just want
happened?
to emphasize
Sorry.
that Welcome to the Party is not anything. We are an all-inclusive group. We hope that no offenses made. This has nothing to do with human beings. We are talking about the actual colors of dragons,
Oh.
nothing else.
Oh.
Because Flick inadvertently said he's the right color at least. We'll be fine.
Yeah, right color of dragon. I'm so deep into this game that I didn't even know what was offensive about any of that. I'm like, okay, eventually someone's gonna stop laughing and explain it to me.
It's just when you take that out of context, it sounds so.
Yeah.
Anyhow, is there anything else you would actually like to do on your turn? Because I will. I'll happily take that intelligence as just like essentially a free action.
I don't know. I could probably say something about the Asians, but it seems overkill at this point.
What is?
Yeah. Well, what can I see below me here? Like,
Below you.
sorry, where am I? I
Oh,
can't find my token.
If I ping.
You're
Oh, I'm way up at the top there. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. So.
And you know that this fishy right here is an illusion,
Okay.
and this is the real one.
Yeah.
Okay. Gotcha. But there's still a bunch of sea lions all over the place, and there's like a half dozen Bardic Knocks. And
Yeah.
there's like 4 or 5 Genthries. Okay. So
There
there's
are
illusions
lots of
all over the
people-
place.
Yeah, lots of people cast mirror image.
Okay.
It's really quite amusing.
How many people
Yeah.
cast mirror
Spell check, that's
image,
ridiculous.
including the Aboleth?
Yeah.
Well, the thing I find most funny is when Bardic was down fighting, like actually going, "I'm not going to die." The fucking fish he was fighting against, like it took like 2 rounds for Bardic to kill this thing. But the fish hit the real one twice.
So what is my fly speed with the fly speed?
60.
60. Okay. Okay, so I could easily fly. And about how far above the ground am I right now?
20?
Yeah, let's say 20 feet.
Okay, so I want to fly over to this guy, and what I'm going to do is, because it's 50 feet away, I would like to fly another like 5 or whatever feet I can get up in the air.
Yep.
Above him. And I can even just fly there and then fly 10 feet straight up. Yeah, so that I'm 30 feet above him. And I would like to use one of my gauntlet daggers, and I assume that my range increment doesn't really apply to attacks if they go straight down, right?
The water might.
Oh, is he
Yeah.
underwater? Yeah.
He's
Okay.
not underwater. He's at the water's surface, but
Gotcha.
but
Okay,
that
well-
is very sound logic.
Because you could
Yes.
literally just.
However,
However,
I mean, I have no idea. I've never stood on top of buildings and thrown stuff off the side to really measure it. I don't know like, if it's easy or hard to aim to throw something straight down.
I would say it just loses the strength bonus.
I'm fine with
Sure.
that if you're dropping it.
Okay. I don't get a strength bonus, so.
Oh yeah. Yeah, you've got like a -2 to strength or whatever.
Yeah, I'm fine giving that up.
We just have to roll to see if it lands point down.
Yeah. I'm good with that.
Okay, so just an attack roll, or
Yes.
and am I gonna get sneak attack on this, or does he see me coming?
What was this one doing? Oh, this one is just finished killing a summoned porpoise.
Okay.
So it hasn't really been paying any attention.
Okay.
To anything. So yes, you may get sneak attack.
Alrighty. Definitely no power attack. I'm not in the range of any +1s or anything, so that should be correct.
Yikes.
Mm-hmm.
How many?
Right at the flat dome of his, flat top of his skull. I don't think he has much of a dome. Not in that picture.
Were you using a magical dagger for that, or just?
I think I'm just gonna use a regular one first off.
Yeah, that's fine. Yikes, for 20 damage. The sea cat, you drop this and it slips right in between two vertebrae on its neck, and it lets out this loud roar as it kind of looks up. It sees you, and it kind of growls at you. It looks like it's struggling to move a little bit now, but
The blade in its spine, yeah.
Yeah. Like it's gonna struggle to move around and do things, but it doesn't seem as if it's ready to drop yet. I mean, it's very close. That was impressive.
I wasn't expecting to do that much to it.
Wait. Did you say that the strength bonus was going to be removed? Because it's still
Yeah.
in there, so that's an extra
Was it?
2 damage.
Okay.
Additional damage from...
Minus another 2, yeah.
Yeah. Still.
Well, now it's slightly more closer to being
Dang
dead.
it. Not quite enough.
No. But it means someone else will be able to go kill it very easily.
Alright, yeah, that's good for my turn.
Okay, so let's move on over to Primrose. Primrose.
Hello.
Hello.
Now, I believe you guys said that bards can cast any spell as long as they're with level to it, right?
As long as you haven't used your spell slots for the day, and it seems that you've only used 1 level 2 and 1 level 1.
Yeah. Basically, you don't need to prepare spells. So long as you know the spell, you can cast it, and you have a available slot to do so.
So one of the bard list spells that's in my level.
One of the ones that you know,
Well,
which is on your spell sheet.
those, okay. Well, I think, I think around. What is Angus doing right now? Also holding
Angus
Is flailing around in the water.
Yeah,
Blind. Looking for his
Sinking, I
hammer.
think.
he is kind of sinking. The prince of this entire kingdom has been stricken blind as he flails around in the water trying to find his magic hammer.
It wasn't the most well thought out plan because he can still.
Is he still on? Not on our side?
No, that got fixed. You fixed it.
After blinding him.
Only Eliza can put the blind, can't he? Right? Is that?
Yeah, but not until tomorrow.
Oh. So he's drowning right now? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, he's not drowning. He's still holding his breath, but
He'll be okay for a while.
yeah.
Unless
He's
one of
got-
the sea cats gets to him or something.
Yeah, that'd be pretty shit.
I was like, I have all these spells for light. If he's blind, this doesn't matter.
All I know is I'm not pulling him out.
You could strike him deaf too, for good measure, if you want.
I might just be a dick, but I won't.
The blindness was justified when he was trying to attack you. Now he's
know.
just struggling in the water. Like,
And it's hilarious. Anyway, when did I become so cruel? I don't remember when that happened. I don't know. What to do. How much I can do at this point.
Hello, random cat that I don't own.
I mean,
I guess I'm
there's,
just gonna.
there's still some sea cats hanging around. You could
Way over there.
pull out a crossbow and shoot at them, or
Oh. I guess. Do
You
that.
got flares, sound burst, glitter dust, that sort of thing.
I'm not about to make us visible. Okay, I guess I'll take a sea cat with crossbow of heaven.
Okay.
Go for this one. Is that one remaining?
that's one Flick has nearly just killed, so it's quite close to being dead.
End it.
Are there any power attacks right now, or are they all expired?
Nope, no power attacks.
Oh, Bardic's? Yeah, no. Bardic knowledge.
And
or
they-
Bardic, whatever's gone.
The Inspired Courage has also finished by now, so it's just regular.
One eye is getting you down. Just one eye.
Jesus Christ, 4.
Can't properly aim. Shit.
Yeah, unfortunately, Primrose, they lift up their crossbow, they try and aim, and it's hard. There's a lot of stuff going on. There's flying people, there's Angus splashing around underwater. It's hard to aim stuff.
It's a lot of yelling. You see tentacles flail out of the water the other side of the lake every now and then.
Yeah, exactly. It's pretty shitty, really.
I'm gonna have to wonder how messed up their depth of vision is, depth of perception with one eye. I don't know how that would actually work.
A good question.
I'd assume it's
you fired.
not fantastic.
No, it's not.
Alrighty.
Constantly missing Eliza, just like, where are you? Right in front of me, I know you are.
Well, Primrose, if that's everything, are we okay to move on?
I'm just gonna sit here and look pretty in my flowers. I'm holding it on me right now.
You most certainly can do that. So then we shuffle on over to Zindrix.
Alright, Zindrix, bubble this bitch.
DC 17 Fortitude save.
Okay, 18 on the die.
Oh, half of these. That's a lot of fucking ones.
Oh, Jesus fucking Christ.
Shit.
Wow.
Good
So-
fucking thing you weren't rolling a character right there.
Nicely done.
If he was rolling a character right there, I'd tell him to re-roll it. But
God.
Or you just accept what the fates have given you, and you accept a handicapped character.
Yeah,
Fucking Lord.
that's when you accept fate, play barbarian, and have 4 intelligence.
I have 3
I was
intelligence.
about to
You
say
always give
put
it
it in
below.
charisma.
Yeah, put it in charisma. Yeah.
Alright,
Everyone
well,
instantly hates you.
that's what I get for planning.
You know what that is? That's a swastika face tattoo. That's what 4 charisma is.
Oh, God.
Oh no.
That's the best roll I've ever had.
It's like having "fuck you" written across your forehead.
okay, well, it takes 2 damage.
Yeah, Zindrix.
Holy.
I don't know what's going on. You try and do your pressure bubble, and it just doesn't go well.
Like you hit the barest end of its tentacle.
I am genuinely thinking, because Angus is flailing around so much underwater, it's distracting everyone over here.
Is he making noises?
There's just the occasional air bubble that comes up, and you're fairly certain, in between each air bubble, like as one erupts up, you just hear this, "You fucking, where is my hammer?"
I mean, does he really? He can't see.
He can't see anything.
He's blind.
But does he realize that?
It was a really-
Holy
Does he
shit,
get
we might
that?
be in trouble. Oh, man, we might be in trouble.
Okay, NPC. Okay, Duratara, because she's the easiest, she's gonna ride on Blubbermaster, whatever his name is.
That's a better name.
I forgot what the porpoise's real name is.
Oh.
Blubberman. And she's gonna ride over and punch this sea cat in the back of the head. Oh wait, she's got stuff on here. I don't need to fudge numbers all the time. I can just click a button. The doy. Weapon. I'm clicking weapons. You do the punch. Is that the punch? No flanking, no power, no additional.
Punchy punch.
Oof.
That's a decent punch.
Yeah. That is a decent punch. That punch. She rides over on Blubberman and gets right up close to the sea cat, and the dagger, which is embedded in between the cat's neck and spine, she punches the dagger further in and punches it out through the cat's throat, killing it.
Oh, well.
I don't think she even punches it. I think she just goes like, boom, like pressing of the button for like trivia night or something. Just boom.
Mm. Yeah, she's slamming that button down. It's fucking brutal, to be perfectly honest.
Press one for death.
Okay, every other NPC. What are we thinking for them? Because Bardic is still on the floor. He's not even climbed up onto the wall yet. Then you've got Gen3, Eliza, Meat Sprinkles, Unst.
I'll take care of it.
You take care of Unst. Well, actually, not. I can do Angus right away because that's the easiest. So Angus, let's go swimming.
Freaking hammer.
It's going to be so fun when he gets to the bottom. All he can do it. I don't even know what I can have him do. Like just randomly roll search checks with a -20.
Yep.
Would it be a -20?
Yeah, I think that's like there's something that has to do with the roll with blinded.
I think I could be wrong, but I think it actually gives you a -40 when you're blind.
Damn.
-20
What,
every
you can't
try?
feel around with your hands?
No, you can take 20 and potentially succeed.
Well,
You can
exactly.
feel around with your hands, but even if you find the thing, you're not sure it's the thing.
Yeah. Okay, with a swim check of 16, Angus does stabilize himself and he swims down another 10 feet. So he is now. No, not that one. That one. He's now that far down. Whew. What are we thinking for Gen3, Eliza, Bardic,
Can
and
Gen3
Meat
see
Sprinkles?
Satanfish?
Yeah, Gen3 can see.
Does he have anything that's got enough range to hit it?
Let me check.
He's not really an attack mage, that's the problem.
Oh,
Yeah, Gen3 is more of a I want to help everybody out. He doesn't. He's got like I can keep myself safe if things get too close. But he's mainly.
He's not artillery. He's support.
In the main,
Yeah.
the main case, here comes Twiddle, going for an aquatic charge at this thing. Kid's not on him, and he's attempting to smite evil.
Do it. Do it.
All right, so let's see what the roll on that shit is.
Please let the dolphin
Oh,
kill
it's-
the giant Satanfish.
Okay, let me understand this really quickly. Okay, it's 2 extra points of damage against an evil foe, so it's still going to be the same attack roll. It's going to be a d20 plus 4. See if it'll work. Very low chance, but it might be something. Oh, hella!
That hits.
All right, so that is 2d4 plus 2 damage.
Do it. Cha cha cha.
Come on.
Is yours plus 2? Yeah, it is
Come on,
just plus 2.
Twiddle.
Come on, Twiddle, the worst dolphin.
-7. Okay.
Dolphin.
What is Twiddle doing to hit Satanfish?
So Twiddle is charging forward with the speed. He's making the dolphin noise that we all hear. He breaches the surface of the water and goes falling directly down, using the force of gravity to take him there. And his beak nose collides in the middle of all of the eyes.
Ah!
As it's glowing from the smite.
Slap it with his tail.
And its beak is glowing from the smite evil.
Yep.
Jumps out of the water all super slow, like Free Willy, and then yeah.
This celestial porpoise was put on this planet for one reason, and it's going to be to twiddle something, and it will kill something.
Okay, so
trying to outdo me.
Allow me to paint a delightful word picture for you all. As Twiddle pierces the central eye of this great, like, eldritch-looking creature, the central eye, because this creature has 3 eyes stacked on top of each other, as a radiant light emanates from the noble celestial porpoise, not only as Twiddle, the central eye caves in before exploding outwards in a horrifying, just spectrum of gore.
Okay.
It appears as if there is now quite a large-looking hole in the center of this Aboleth's face.
I bet.
One would be quite sensible to assume that this creature is dead.
No.
Vodka
What?
looks over at Flick and says, "Hey, do you think it's dead?"
That seems a little too easy. But
You should go poke at it with your dagger.
yeah, good
Kid, assuming that no one else has seen this thing get killed because he's underwater, is going to poke his head up out of the top. And he's like, "Hey, just got porpoise really hard in the face."
Kid, as you say that,
Oh, no.
coming out of the face hole where the central eye once was.
Never a sentence you want to hear.
It's a very specific sentence you don't want to hear, right?
I just
A
ate.
light
Come on. Ugh.
shines. Quite a deep red light. And everybody make a will save.
Oh dear.
God damn it, kid! Why'd you have to say anything?
Zindrix, you get a +4 on this.
That doesn't
He's gonna
mean
do
shit.
that.
Nicely done. Why are you rolling
It's
so
not great.
bad, Zen?
Yeah.
Damn, you had a +4 on that fucking save too from Eliza.
Dude, you seriously have rolled 5 ones in a row. What is even the percent chance for that?
Well, the first ones
Nice.
were on D4s or D6s,
D6s,
or whatever. Yeah.
But
So
Okay, but
That's real.
still, that's... Ugh, okay, math
enough
quickly
Warhammer
in my
to
head.
do
So,
often.
But nice knowing you, Zen.
36 times 6,
Finish the run, guys.
100,
Right.
200, and...
What?
200 and...
933,120.
Jesus Christ.
Sorry,
Fuck me.
what?
1 out of 93,120 chance to do that.
I have some really good luck.
That's one way of
Been
looking
here
at it.
today.
Okay, Blake,
Oh.
I'm never, ever, ever taking you with me to Vegas.
Ever.
No,
Yeah,
you do take him with
I
you to
plan on going
Vegas,
to
and then
there
you
next year for my birthday. I don't know about that anymore.
right?
Okay, so Keldor, you rolled a wisdom, not a will.
Oh, whoops. We'll just add 3 to that then.
Okay, so that takes you to 19. Everybody who rolled lower than 18
Saved! Saved by the bell.
you take 8 damage, and you find yourselves fear-stricken and unable to move for 3 rounds. As
Just do.
well, that's what you're gonna find out. Keldor, you're the one who's probably got the best view of this. If you wanted to make a spot check.
Oh, great. Something I'm great at.
It's okay, you're about
one too.
There's about to be a voice as well, so 17, perfect. Looking into the face hole.
Another sentence you never want to hear.
Stop using.
You see the origin of this deep red light that seems to be emanating outwards from his face. There appears to be some amulet or something lodged inside of this Aboleth's mouth, which you can now see because it's had its skull caved in.
Oh, so that's where it was.
And all of you here inside your minds, however, only those who rolled below an 18 have suffered ill from it. You hear this Aboleth say this, well, not say, it thinks at you. I will have justice for my clan. And it's almost as if talking about this, thinking this, has spurred the Aboleth on, almost as if restoring some of its life essence.
Oh dear God.
Hey, Matt.
Purely.
If we're fear-stricken and also unable to move, can we still talk, or that counts as moving?
You can communicate, yes.
Okay. Kid wants to shout, Gen3, no!
I need to see if Gen3 can fucking, if he made his will save.
Oh, I should probably do Oons as
Because
well.
if he did, this is the mage hand tactic.
Ah, shit, I didn't put Gen3 stuff in there. One
Fucking
second.
God, Oons.
Oons is not phased the slightest.
Okay, so Gen3's will is a +6. 19 on the die. Fuck yeah, Gen3.
Gen3, no!
So
Mage
with
Hand!
that, Gen3 is going to cast Mage Hand. Since this is technically a worn item, if memory serves, a save is allowed, isn't it?
I think that... Oh man, how does Mage Hand work again? Hold on.
It's an Arcana check?
It depends on exactly how worn this thing is, I would think.
It looks as if it's lodged inside of this creature.
Oh, it says you point your finger at an object and can lift it or move it at will. As a move action, you can propel the object as far as 15 feet in any direction.
Does it say anything about worn?
It does not, although I imagine if it's secured by anything, that would either stop it, or if it was like a necklace, it would get hung on the thing. So that depends on how this thing is secured and in what way.
It's kind of stuck on a tooth.
I don't know.
So, you know what? To make it fair, to make it doubly fair, so no one can think I'm going to be mean, I am just going to roll 2 d20s. The first is going to be Gen3's. The second is going to be for the Aboleth, whichever is higher.
Okay, getting 3.
So I'm not going to outright say it fails. I am going to say, okay, it's loose. The amulet, he couldn't pull it out entirely, but he moved it. It's like, okay, there's the first thing.
Okay.
What you also begin to notice, those of you who aren't essentially browning your pants as we speak, the face hole seems to be closing up. This red light seems to be replenishing some damage done to the aboleth.
Oh no. Fetch, doggo. Fetch.
So, with that, Keldor, what are you doing?
Fetch.
I am leaping straight on him.
Yay.
Yeah. Okay.
Because since he did try to attack me, it gets rid of the fascinate.
Yeah, that is 100% allowed. I allow this.
I also imagine its concentration was probably broken by a porpoise a little bit.
Oh yeah. Like this aboleth technically died for a second.
Okay, let's see. I do something. Ah, sorry. This macro is different. Yay.
Always fun.
Woo!
Okay, so you're trying to leap onto this
Yeah,
creature,
I'm basically
right?
leaping right onto it and stabbing down.
Okay. Upon making physical contact with the aboleth, can you make a fortitude save for me, please?
By the way, it also gets an extra 6. Sure thing.
Oh
yeah!
Hold on.
You lucky fuck. Okay, so 25 plus 4 plus 3, so that is 32 damage. 32. And you are now technically mounted on the aboleth. You did notice as you got close to it, there seems to be this weird mucus cloud surrounding it, almost as if anybody who gets too close could be affected by this disgusting thing. I need Twiddle. Well, it doesn't really matter because Twiddle's gonna disappear anyhow.
Yep.
Eventually. What are you having Oons to do?
Is it dead? Does it seem to be dead? Is it
stunned momentarily?
It looks as if it has been dropped back to the point it was at before Twiddle killed it.
Time to go fishing, Unst.
Okay, let's go. Unst is gonna run in and also just try and slice its face open to try and get to that amulet.
Alrighty. Dang it. I thought I had a good plan to go, ha ha ha, you thought you'd defeat, but no, because I forget.
Keldor and Unst.
Yeah, pretty much. Basically, it's so infuriating that your initiative
fail his fortitude, though.
You're not. Unst doesn't get in physical contact with it. It specifies like if you come within 3 feet of it, which if you're touching it, you're kind of within that area, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm basically like on its head. Okay, that makes more sense.
Oh yeah. Viscous cloud mucus, roughly 1 foot thick. So coming into contact with it or inhaling this. So that's why you got screwed over, and anyone else would be fine.
Except for I didn't get screwed over because.
Yeah. So, how do you envision Unst finishes this thing?
Oh, as I said, he's just like where the jaw is. He's just slicing the entire jaw off to try and get the amulet away from it.
The aboleth opens its mouth, and its 4 tentacles like poise ready. As Unst grips his greatsword and swings, catching the jaw, slicing the jaw off the bottom of the aboleth, just blood gushing out of it, and you'll notice this very lovely looking red amulet on a thin golden chain just fall and is drifting in what is now more blood than water.
Keldor's just gonna grab that and swim away.
Yeah. Guys, the aboleth is dead.
Yeah, I still tell Flick, hey, you should go poke it with your dagger.
As much as we'd love to like raise our hands, yay, a few of us are kind of.
You're sure it's dead?
Plus, there's still a sea cat here.
Well, that sea cat's tied up. Like you can kill it or you can let it go. Like at this point,
tied up, like completely.
Well, it's
it hit the bottom
and entangled.
Mm.
So you can pretty much do what you want with that. But I'm happy to say, hey, that's combat done.
Oh yeah, the biggest thing dies. I don't think the little things would stick around.
Well, you killed all the little things. There's literally that one sea cat, because this one was already running away.
Yeah, that guy's not happy.
There is literally one sea cat that is caught in an entangle spell.
With a dagger in its spine.
No. Duratara killed that one. This one is just caught in an entangle. You can do what you want with it.
Oh.
Last week we did figure out that sea cats can actually move and breathe on land. They just have an atrocious movement speed. So you want a pet sea cat to drag around with you?
I mean...
Hey.
A
guard cat would be very useful.
It
can't move away from the carts, but it can certainly eat anything that gets too close to them.
What, are you going to carry it in the cart?
No, on top of it.
Zendrix, how do you feel about trading?
We're just going to go around with the cart, because they're covered carts, so just have them on top.
This thing undoubtedly weighs more than the fucking cart.
We'll train a sea cat.
We're not taking the fucking sea cat.
Flick, is that?
I love that. Kid's going down. He's like, "Oh, I love happy endings." As he's still stuck in kind of a like he's still stuck, unable to move, as he just kind of touches the bottom, the ring. Allowing
by the way, where's the Fife at? Is he still underwater?
Where's what? Sorry.
He's still flailing around trying to find his hammer.
Yeah, let's just see if we can get the sea cat to go away. That's what we need.
I mean, the moment that entangle spell breaks, that sea cat is just gonna swim the fuck away.
Yeah. All right. So I'm gonna wait until it gets up. I'm gonna climb up to the edge of this house, and I don't really feel like fishing around in aboleth guts as much as we've made things out of other things in the past. I don't think I want to touch this one.
You really probably shouldn't.
We could scrape off some of that slime. It would probably make a really good splash weapon.
If you want to risk touching it.
I don't. And because of that, let's go ahead and make our way.
First it starts with this, and then it's making, like, a bag out of its body. No, we're not scraping it out.
Aw. Here I was thinking about how to make... I mean, last time it was the mail system. Maybe this time it's the dental system. Somehow.
No.
The dental system.
Somehow.
What dentist the fuck are you, man? Good lord.
I don't know. If your dentists don't involve tentacles, then what's the point?
I mean...
Wait, what?
I've watched enough hentai.
I just... Okay.
Yeah, no, you heard right. Whatever you think you heard it.
My mouth is my business, thank you.
You know, it's a damn good thing that other people can pick up the hammer. Because poor Ernst.
By the way, that's
Angus,
not a
you mean?
euphemism.
We have just been raided by Torn Pixie.
Yeah.
Oh shit! Thank you, Torn Pixie. You just missed
Oh,
us
yes.
killing a Satan fish.
So for
It is-
anybody who's showing up, the king searching around in the water for his hammer is not a euphemism. He actually is searching for a legitimate
Blindly grabbing to find the thick shaft he longs to feel in his palms again.
hammer. Are you sure it's not the big heavy head he's trying to find? That seems like it might be easier to locate.
It's okay. Thankfully, his faithful seeing eye dog is more than happy to help guide him to where he needs to be.
Of course,
Keldor's
Like-
not even there.
Surprise, guys! We were just unraided by Torn Pixie.
Oh,
I mean, okay,
boy.
no, I'm never going to be salty about the timing of a raid. It's great. Oh no, they caught the tail end of it. Thank God.
Oh, awesome!
It would have been so disappointing to just do this big thing, and it's like, oh no, everyone arrives right after when we're all
Yeah.
just chatting
For
shit.
those of you just tuning in, we porpoised an aboleth so hard that its brain exploded, and then it came kind of back together, and then two very big beefy guys stabbed it.
Yeah.
And slice
Stabbed
its
it a
jaw
lot.
off.
That's
Um,
reasonable.
so, I mean, if none of you have any like actual suggestions what to do with this remaining catfish, it will just fucking leave.
Let's
Yeah.
let it.
We're,
Yeah, that's
we're
a good
not
idea.
interested in it. We're leaving. Like, Keldor just hops off the wall. He doesn't even notice Angus in the water. Boink!
So, everybody, that was a pretty intense fight.
That was like 2.5 games of combat or something to kill those.
Oh,
things.
yeah.
Yep.
Oh
I
my
mean, I think depressingly, I barely hit any of you, but yeah.
We made a plan. We knew exactly what the hell we wanted.
Wait,
to
wait,
do.
wait. What's my health at? What's my health?
I don't know.
I took 7 points of damage that entire combat round.
Yeah, see, TJ, who's been playing with me for over a year, he started to recognize this is a thing that happens. I have a really cool idea, and then the players shit all over it and come away taking basically no damage. Like, but it was a cool idea. How did nothing work?
To be fair, Matt, Kid probably came out the most worst for the
I'll be
wear
right
out of all of that.
Tuh.
Because once all the spell effects and everything else wear off, Kid's gonna have a grand total of 18 health left.
Oh, yikes. Yeah, you've been burning away at yourself, haven't you?
Well, I hadn't fully recovered from the con drain I did the day before. I got some of it back through a spell, and then I burned it again. I'm currently taking -4 to con right now.
Oof. Oof.
So, yeah, that's pretty harsh. Everybody, what are you doing about Angus, first of all? Because he's kind of just flailing around in the water, like, and he's blind. Is anyone going to go help the blind guy?
I turn to Flick and I say, "How much do you want to bet that he doesn't make it back out by himself?"
We are his best advisors.
I'll talk to you later tonight.
Do-do-do.
I guess I'll go help Angus out of the water.
No, you were the
Do you
worst
have
to do that.
though?
Let's
I mean, did he really do anything in the fight? Like, I mean,
Besides try and kill us? No.
yeah, I mean,
If it hadn't have been for that dominate person, Angus looked like he was going to go deal big damage.
hey, if he hit the right fish,
Exactly. If he had hit the right fish, things would have gone well.
But he didn't hit the
Unfortunately.
right fish.
yeah, coming out of the water, Kid's just gonna look at it and like, hey, you know what? Let's let this be a lesson on why you don't get rid of magic out of the kingdom. He's gonna
Flippered when he should have
hop
floppered.
down. But yeah. Although first thing Kid's gonna do when he looks down, he looks up at Notad and I'm like, huh.
Yes, Notad is still just flapping around with his dragon wings.
should
When he
probably
returns
check
to the
this
ground, they essentially just fold up and disappear when he finally gets back on solid ground.
Yep, doesn't see it. Does not
Bigfoot of
notice the
sorcerers.
giant frickin' wings in the sky.
Wow.
The Bigfoot of sorcerers. I'm so happy. I'm gonna look at him and I'm gonna say, "Will you teach me that one?"
Notad kind of he kind of stands there and looks over and goes, it is not really something you can learn. I mean, I suppose you can, but unfortunately, it is more for the innate. Like your like our mysterious friend Varko. He could maybe do it if he's so inclined, but a book learner probably not so much.
Ah. Okay. I guess that makes sense. He's got this whole weird magic thing where he doesn't have to spend time looking at a book. Kid says in a little bit of a salty manner, but not in a salty, unappreciative manner.
I think he's trying to say it's in the blood, kid.
Okay, well that gives me my next. Kid says, walking away ominously.
Oh, jeez.
I'm gonna
What?
steal that blood.
At this point, like Flick looks over at Notad and he.
What was that?
Kid's gonna take the ring of water breathing off and he's gonna throw it back at Durtaran's like, I don't think I'm going swimming for a while. Here you go.
As you do that, I mean, Duratara, unlike everyone else, is going to go start poking around in the Aboleth's corpse. Like, being very cautious, not getting within a foot of it, like, just poking it with a spear, trying to find things.
Careful.
At this point, Keldor's also just gonna look at all the bodies and try and find stuff to restock supplies.
Yeah, if you wanted to, like, at this point, you can pretty much add. Oh God, that was.
There are 15 tiny fish. I think 4 very large fish. We killed 1 sea cat.
2 sea cats.
2 sea cats.
Yeah, there was actually 20 small fish, 4 big ones. Okay, so you can equip yourselves with by 10, 200 crossbow bolts.
Oh, snap! Yeah, I'm ready.
Because none of them really got to fire any, so there's that. And
How many toes does a Kuatoa have?
Oh, God.
I'm gonna go
4.
ahead and say 4
Okay, so 4 times 20 is gonna
is 80.
Oh, hold on. If there's 4 on each foot, then that means it's gonna be 8 times 20. So
Which is
160. So yeah, okay. Meat Sprinkles has a little sack filled with 60 little Kuatoa toes for the road.
That's disgusting.
Hey, it's fine.
Along with that, there were 10 of the Kuatoa that seemed to be spellcasters. Well, they were the more arcane ones, so they don't have the pincer staffs. So you can find 15 pincer staffs, which are they're an exotic weapon. They deal a D10 of damage, and they can be used to quick. Basically, they allow you to grapple after you hit somebody with them. They are two-handed to use, but they are exotic, so none of you would have proficiency with them.
Can they be used to get objects slightly out of our reach?
They do have reach. They are reach weapons, so they can get things from 10 foot away.
So
You guys thought my dream of dentistry was ending right here.
God, no!
So
I'm gonna
like
go
a
ahead and
10-foot
collect
grabby
this.
hand.
I'm gonna
Yes,
go ahead and
we have a
collect
bunch
these
of
things.
grabby hands.
Hey, any ogres that we don't turn into mail carrier bags, we can absolutely perform dentistry on.
Your priorities.
Are spot on.
Yes. Spot
Yeah.
on.
I'm not going to even argue them. To be fair.
I mean, who loves smaller people poking around inside their face? Ogres. Who has tons of money to pay you for your services? Ogres.
Yeah.
Right? It's
Yeah.
a fail-proof business plan.
Yeah, and if you get one who gives you any lip, they become part of the mail service.
Oh my god.
Okay. So Angus is still flailing around. Durotar is going and poking at the big, scary tentacle monster.
Guys,
What is everyone
seriously,
else's
I'm not going to
immediate-
pull him out. Someone big needs to help him.
Oh, well, shit.
Keldor, Unst, Kid,
Besides,
that's probably your domain.
just finding stuff, I'm not doing. Because I haven't even seen the fact that he's still in the water.
I mean, I can see him, but I don't care enough to help him.
There's some lessons we must learn on our own.
Jesus Christ.
He's not.
Okay,
that
so you're all
bad
going to
guy.
be. You're all
Hey,
going to
he
be
doesn't
cool,
know
and
that we
I
killed the
assume
thing
the
already.
friendship?
He doesn't know we killed the thing yet. We have an excuse.
It's true. He's underwater. Can't hear us.
I'm just saying, if he dies, it's going to be Prince Flick.
He'll be fine.
I think Keldor finally notices it.
Yeah. When you pull him out, the first thing Angus does is he takes a big breath. And do you hold the hammer for him, or do you let him take the hammer back? Or
Oh, he has a hammer. I'm not interested in such a.
he gets up and he reaches around. He finds the wall and kind of goes, "Just because I cannot see, it doesn't mean I'm not ready to fight. Just put me in the vague direction and I'll swing wildly at it."
It's dead.
Are you fucking kidding?
Nope.
Well, I tell you, that feels like a wee bit of a waste on my part. I run in, I hit an imaginary fish, and then I want to kill my friends, and now I can't. Now I kind of see. It's all a bit. It feels a wee anticlimactic for me personally. I spend more time flapping around in the water.
Yeah.
Sorry, not sorry.
Yeah. We
I
noticed
said,
that
well,
too.
at least we got the amulet, and I slap it into his hand.
Okay.
Is this what your kingship is going to be like?
Us doing the work and him just sitting back. I'm fine with that.
Sounds about
A
right.
blind
I'm
Angus,
not.
as you say that, replies, "Hope not. I really hope not."
Don't worry. At least you have people who are capable around you.
Keldor, you are slapping the amulet. Like, how are you handing it to him? Like, just slapping it against his chest, like putting it in his hand?
No, I
You
just
throw it at him and yell, think fast.
stick it into his hand.
Okay, Keldor, as you touch the amulet to Angus's hand, you are still making contact with it, yes?
Yeah.
No.
Whilst your physical body remains exactly where it is, like you do not move. You like, as far as everybody else is aware, nothing is happening to Keldor and Angus. The both of you find yourselves, at least in your mind space, you can feel it, you can sense it. It feels real to you.
Okay.
You find yourselves standing in snow-topped ruins of a once former great castle. There is blood on the floor, and a pillar tumbles into the snow before you. There is a vague cavern embedded into what was probably at one point a great archway. You find yourselves traveling forward through it, deep into these very old, much older than Dundee ever was. And you can see giant spider webs forming in there. There's bodies, both old and new, but just strewn over the floor. And you can't really get a proper good look at everything. You seem to be like moving through it at a breakneck speed almost. Until eventually, the both of you stop dead still. You're in a rather large ceremonial, and embedded into the wall is a large frozen structure. Inside the frozen structure appears to be a very young and beautiful looking woman, frozen in place, her eyes open, and a single tear falling down her cheek as it remains frozen there.
Guys, I think we found Snow White.
The both of you return exactly to where you are, still sat in a lake.
That was interesting.
Yeah, the big fish things. I never thought, sushi would fight back this hard.
Yeah, no, totally wouldn't expect that. Considering
Angus,
it's massive.
Angus is very, very quiet. He asks if somebody could help him back onto the floor, and he's going to go and lie down.
Oh god, I sure hope he wasn't blind during that entire vision.
That's what I was thinking the entire time. Did Angus see any of this?
He probably saw it in even more clarity because it's the only thing he has seen for the last little while.
And before we go and take a quick break, because we're about at that time, everybody else, very, very quick, immediate things you would like to do post-combat.
Besides searching everything?
Beside that, you've done that. You've had your weird vision with Angus. You had a weird moment. Anything else, or is it just, I want to go eat something, or put my feet up, or...
Kid's just gonna go sit down in the wagon because he's down a lot of con right now. He's really tired. He's gonna pick up his spell book. Gonna pick up a little pen next to it because he just thought of a really cool thing to write down.
Nice. Okay.
I just want to do one of those little things where you walk past someone and to notepad as I go by. Yeah.
See you. See what you did. Know what
Notad
you are.
just smiles at you.
Yeah.
He goes, it was a very impressive little fight there. I thought the fire pit, obviously I like the first idea for it. That was very intelligent, but to make one on the fly was very, very intuitive? Yes, that is the word. I'm very impressed by you, little man.
Just don't eat me.
No turn, raise an eyebrow like...
Oh, that's the awesome thing about it. Holy shit. We threw enough of his alcohol to where that was his go-to plan.
Okay. Everybody, you have leveled up.
Oh yeah, finally.
So,
Yeah.
if you guys would like to do that whilst we go take a quick break, I'm going to go have a cigarette. And dear, lovely, beautiful audience members, we will be right back. So don't go anywhere.
So this is
Alrighty. Welcome back, everybody. Hope you're doing well. While we've been off screen for those couple of minutes, everyone was sorting out their level ups. So far, I think only Flick has rolled for hit points so far.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
When you've got so many different things going on, hit points is always the thing you end up forgetting. But
Well, it was funny because I had to mention in the other game that I played with Matt that I hadn't changed the level on my character sheet. We were level 12, and I still said level 9. I just checked this one. I was still level 1.
You don't need to know what level it is.
Nah. Just guess roughly by the amount of hit points I have.
Yeah.
That's totally accurate.
That's all good. Whilst everyone is just putting finishing touches on that, I will remind you, lovely, lovely audience members, hey, do you like Welcome to the Party? Do you enjoy watching these games? Do you wish you could somehow affect what happens in these games? You can. By donating 500 bits, you can affect small changes in the game, such as giving out a free critical hit to somebody in D&D, or giving edge to somebody in Shadowrun, or whatever else, depending on the system. And for 1,000 bits, you can make a large change in the game. So that being an instant short rest, covering spell slots, maximum damage. For example, in the game I run on every second and fourth Thursday, which is a Pokemon game, somebody donated, and the major change they wanted to happen was they wanted a shiny Mew to appear. It did. I'm a very easygoing DM. If you want to suggest something cool to happen, throw it in the chat. I'll look at it and go, I think that can work, and we'll make it work. You know, if you want a dragon to appear, yes, we can make a dragon appear. You want the party to get teleported to hell? We can find a way to make it happen.
Oh,
I am very open to many,
They've
many.
already arranged for that a couple times.
So
The 2 times I went down.
So yes, if you ever want to just see what it'd be like to mix things up, do not hesitate to donate bits. We are always more than happy to accommodate to anything you think could be interesting or cool. Also, something you should check out, if you put in !merch, you can learn about some WTT merch we are now selling. So do that. It's good stuff.
Please
Before
never do
we
that
jump
again.
No. Same stuff as always. You can find Welcome to the Party here on Twitch if you're watching this on my YouTube channel. So twitch.tv/WelcomePartyRPG, youtube.com/Welcome to the Party, Twitter @WelcomePartyRPG, and the Discord server down below. And with that, let's jump back in. Everybody, I'm assuming you're getting some good rest. Does anybody have any roleplay type scenes they would like to do? The only things to definitely take into account, Angus, he's just taken himself into one of the wagons and he is sitting on his own. He is removing himself from anything right now.
Is it immediately after combat?
This can be immediately after. This can be a couple of hours after. This can be like however long you.
Okay. Let's see. I don't know if we've slept at all yet.
This would be leading in to
Okay.
to the sleepy times.
Yeah, Kid had some ideas, and he's trying to do.
So, what would you like to do?
Is anybody doing anything before we sleep?
It's been.
Flick is just kind of generally freaked out and stuff.
What else is new?
This would be fair. I am assuming that Flick is cracking on with some drinking.
Yeah. He's going to try. He's looking for his glass.
Do you want? Is there anybody you want as a drinking buddy?
Is that fire that we made still over behind the fire trap that never got used?
Yep.
Yeah. That fire's still there.
Yeah.
I
So
can use a drink.
I mean, I know this felt like a really long combat to us because it's been like 2.5 sessions worth of stuff. But in reality, if I was to add up the amount of rounds it was maybe 10, 15 rounds maximum. That's
So
just
less
over
than-
a minute
yeah.
in real time. Like, it's
That's
between
what
1 and
plan
2
gives
minutes.
Yeah. So considering that that's sort of what it feels like, things have happened, a minute and a half would kind of probably be how that would all feel anyway, I assume. Flick is just kind of like sort of huddling in on himself and just kind of walks straight to the fire, doesn't look at anybody, doesn't make any snide comments, and just goes over and plunks down and sits in front of the fire and stares into it and breaks out his flask.
Seeing that, Eldor is gonna come over and he's going to talk to Flick and just be like, "You alright there, little buddy?"
It's I don't know. It's getting to be the same old story. Like every day we end up like, I don't know, killing a bunch of stuff, and it's just we literally bathed in the blood this time.
Yeah, that was kind of gross.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's just getting to be a lot.
Yep. I'm actually gonna go search the hideout that they were in, see if I can find anything. If you want to join me, you're welcome to, but
Well,
better than
Yeah,
sitting
we're
here just
here.
thinking about stuff.
yeah, you're probably right, but we're going in the other side of the pool, okay?
Definitely.
Okay.
I don't want to clean my fur out again.
Ah, dang it. This is what
What the
happened.
hell was that?
Just like thud.
Because my camera rests on a stack of books, and I was going, can I slowly sneak out the DMG?
And it's like, nope, boom.
No,
Yeah.
apparently you cannot.
No, that was a crit fail on my part. Come on, slowly.
Camera? Oh, okay.
There we go. Now I'm going to ruin it because I can put the monster manual away. But yeah, my magic item compendium is over there.
Always over there. She always like, you should fix that.
Okay.
So me and Flick are going and searching for the rest of the day, basically, since it's still morning in all reality.
Yeah. I'm just going to go quickly grab my magic item compendium. I can still hear you, and hopefully my wire for my headset will reach over there so I can keep talking, but my face is just not going to be in view. Somebody else, because I need to do some dice rolling for Flick and Keldor when they're searching for stuff. Everybody else, what else would you like to be getting on with?
Am I able to attempt to try and use a spell using whatever remaining spell I have of the day?
Yeah, I
It's
wouldn't
just like
see
a
why
test
not.
to see if I wrote it right. Okay. Kid's gonna say, "All right, so I've got this idea I had."
Everybody groans collectively.
Okay. So basically, when we were fighting the sea cats, there was something that I kind of got the idea for. It's just like, what would happen if we could have the claws able to do something like that? And say, for example, I put it on like Primrose or Keldor or something.
I mean, I already got claws.
You aren't here. That's the thing.
Oh yeah, that's right.
But like big things that if you grab a hold of them, you might be able to like really dig in there. Anyway,
I like that idea.
I have an idea. I want to see how it works. So watch and someone be ready to put me out if I catch on fire.
Oh.
Oh God.
I have
Isn't that
spoiled
like a
Ray ready.
standing rule with you?
Kid's going to sit there for a second, and he's gonna take a couple little hairs, like just some hairs that he found in just kind of the woods around as we were gathering the wood before.
Yeah.
These little white hairs.
There's
And
like a
he's
bucket
going-
or anything. I'm filling it with water.
And he's very, very quickly going to eat those hairs.
Lovely.
And he casts Scarellon's blessing.
I hurl the bucket of water in
Immediately.
his face.
Immediately, you see two claws jut out of both of his hands, and then with like kind of a really sickening squelch, another set of arms juts out from underneath his arms.
Oh God, what did I do to him?
Okay. That works. I think this will work. Kid says, just kind of dusting his hands off a little bit, and the other ones below him also start dusting off their hands.
Flick's standing there looking back and forth with her hand in the bucket. He runs and he grabs more water.
Yeah, Baco throws the bucket of water onto Kid. not the water, but just the whole bucket.
You're pale in the face.
Kid's gonna reach up and catch it with 4 arms. He's like, okay. I also had this idea from like combining arms, but I don't think I want to try that just yet until I figure this out a bit more.
I no longer like this idea. This is a bad idea.
Oh, now to figure out how long this lasts.
For fuck's sake.
Just stand around with 4 arms and see how long it takes them to disappear.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's how Kid's spending his first section of downtime, waiting for his new arms to go away.
Juggling a little bit.
How did you
Testing the momentum.
juggle with 4 arms?
Either
I'm
very
guessing a little
badly
bit
or
better.
very well.
I think very, very well.
It is
You're
easier
juggling as
juggling.
much as
Yeah, with
That's
four.
even more
half
stuff
thing
to.
wrong.
That's even more stuff to coordinate. So
Well, he's realized that he does not have the coordination to be able to use them and his weapon at the same time. Yeah, he is happy with the fact that he can do this to anybody. The way he's made this, or way he's figured out the spell, it should work on anybody who he puts it on.
No. Oh, no. Keep that to yourself.
For example, a monk
Oh my god, no. Fuck you.
that is particularly good at using their limbs for that sort of thing.
I'll
He
smite you
also
down.
says, but doesn't do it because he doesn't have it, that he has thought of a really cool way to do a lightning bolt spell.
Nice. Do.
This was fun. This one.
Okay, and
God, Keldor with 4 arms.
oh, that's good.
I am like a champ right now. The only thing that's a little bit not great is the fact that these arms come out without any scars on them.
Primrose would love to talk to Matthias, is that his name?
Matthias, yeah.
Matthias. Where's Matthias?
So how do I say your
You'll
name?
all be just sat around doing whatever, basically.
Just to
This
put your
is
last
the
name.
time that I almost died to a fish.
Now it's
yeah.
multi-classed into bard.
Matthias is basically going to be sat relatively close to the fire, kind of doing a little bit of stoking to it, you know. But he's mainly sat with his lute, thinking of things to compose and whatnot. He's doing all right.
Okay.
How do you approach him?
Well, okay. Well, Primrose, is as they're approaching the fire, saying no to Kid.
Mm-hmm.
She's making suggestions. Terrible suggestions. They will I crouch down beside. I'm assuming he's sitting.
Mhm.
Okay. I'm assuming he's sitting, and then I'll crouch down next to them, like, so, how does winning feel for a change, huh?
Mateus looks up from his lute that he's tuning and playing around with and goes, I would be lying if I said I was comfortable. I'm a little bit used to failure. So I don't really know what this is. Like, I mean, it's good. Don't get me wrong. It feels pretty cool. I'm digging it. I feel good. But does this mean when the next thing happens, will I feel worse if I fail then? So wouldn't it just be safer to always fail, but have it be by choice instead of by design?
Primrose is tempted to, like, smack him in the head, like, back of the head. Like, gently, but, like... Actually, yeah, that's what Prim's gonna do. It's like, whack!
You do that, goes, like, ow.
But fair.
When did you get so good at hitting?
Since Kid pissed me off, that's when.
Which time?
Also, a good question.
That's... Primrose will blush, feeling that's none of your business.
Well, I guess the whole winning thing, whilst there's no way in hell I'm used to it, I see how one could get used to it. And it's pretty pleasant, actually. So, yeah. Best make sure we keep winning then.
I believe it's called pride.
That doesn't.
That's always a bad thing.
That word doesn't sound right. How about anti-shame? That way, I can at least associate with something I am.
Anti-shame. I like it.
You and I need to drink some time together. Just like talk about bard stuff or something.
He reaches into his coat pocket and pulls out a hip flask.
Oh.
Now's as good a time as any.
Oh, I don't have one of those. Or do I? Eliza, do I have one of those?
Eliza will call out and go, you can fill your washer skin with booze if you wanted. I mean, it wouldn't be very safe.
No.
But next time we go somewhere, I could probably find you one.
It'd be lovely.
So Mateus hands you his hip flask. Take a swig of it. Stupid thing I just found.
Primrose is pleased. What kind of alcohol is this?
Well, as you put this to your lips, they immediately begin to tingle.
Oh.
And as you take a swig back, you feel a very potent burning sensation on your lips, and then your tongue, and then into your throat. If you are not expecting the potency of this, it's probably going to cause you to gag in some way, shape, or form. You know, the stereotypical because it is a very, very potently strong. You're not entirely certain if it's a kind of rum or a whiskey, but it's somewhere in that. It's definitely hard liquor.
Prim will chuckle to themselves. This is what we use to get rock lettuce down our throats. Lovely.
Would make sense. You'd have to be loaded to eat something called rock lettuce.
It has nutritional value.
It's a
A
rock. Like an actual rock.
Minerals.
It has
Different type of
nutritional value in
minerals.
the it has nutritional value in the sense that it doesn't specifically kill you.
I mean, I know we're supposed to eat vitamins and minerals, but like naturally occur, like he points over to the dry stone wall and goes, you wouldn't go and eat that, would you? That's the same minerals.
It's
Like,
called a salt lick, not a salt swallow.
hey, swallowing is perfectly acceptable.
Huh.
Oh yeah.
We'll never get back on track if I go any direction with this.
No, we won't.
Someone else say something.
Ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba.
What did we get?
What did you get? Okay. So,
We should probably like roll for some things and see what we got.
that's what I've been doing this whole time.
Oh.
So, when you delve down, I'm assuming the two of you are making use of the rings of water breathing, right?
Very
I'm
much
not going
so.
down there without one of those.
Right.
Yeah, because if it's just the two of you, it's no big problem. It's like, boop, done.
And an ever-burning torch and, like, rope and everything. We are making an expedition out of this.
Yeah.
Just tie the
Okay.
that rope off on the top.
So, if you continue down, so you remember where you went to, you definitely make sure not to go near the pointy sticks.
I do.
Instead of going that direction, you know, when you got to the fork in the path before, if you go left this time instead of right, you continue around and you eventually find this one quite large circular-ish room, which at the front had been walled off, but you can see that wall seemed to have been broken down, and you can see this was obviously where the aboleth had made its lair. The first thing you definitely notice is an insanely huge pile of copper coins. Like, when I say insanely huge, I mean like tens of thousands of copper coins.
Guess this really was a wishing well area.
Oh, yeah.
Keldor, I really don't want to make a bag out of the.
Nope, not happening.
Okay.
We are not
good.
letting kids see this.
As long as we're on the same page there.
Amongst this, the vast majority, this cavern basically looks like it's that. Amongst these things, you notice a small potion vial.
Pick that up.
And I need to check what that thing is. You also then find a jar, which it looks about 3 inches in diameter and 1 inch deep, and it seems to have this very potent-looking ointment in it. And the third and final thing, if I can find it, T. Where are you, you bastard? It's going to turn out it's not in this book, isn't it? No, it's not. It's in this book. Silly me. Page 188, I think it said. Yes, the other thing you find is vines, creeping ivy, and gnarled roots knot together to form a dense tangle of vegetation. In amongst everything else, you can make out what appears to be a small... It kind of looks like a nest, and in it there is this black, pulsating egg sac.
And this is above water or underwater?
This is semi-submerged. It looks as if this room was once totally water-filled, but the broken wall, which roughly has something aboleth-sized, seems to have caused the water to spread out. So you can walk in this, but there is a decent amount of... There's about like 1.5 foot of water covering a lot of this.
So it's up to my waist.
Yeah.
Looking at the eggs.
Are these aboleth eggs? Do aboleths lay eggs? Are they like big frogs?
I mean, fish lay eggs too.
I guess. I don't know. I don't spend a lot of time around fish. This is actually the most time I've ever spent around fish.
It's probably the most time I've ever spent around water.
Here's a question. What do we do with them? It's aboleth eggs, I just want to smash them, but... Screw it, I'm smashing them.
If you cut open this egg, it's quite fleshy and disgusting, but as it does so, a small, essentially a miniature aboleth kind of squeals out and lets out this...
Quickly, kill it with fire!
It's no bigger than a leech. You could step on it.
I just smacked the butt of my staff on it and just...
Yeah.
No.
It's real disgusting looking. Like, really disgusting looking. Like, imagine a leech, but with multiple tentacles coming out of its face.
Yeah, I squish it again.
Just keep squishing, keep squishing. In one of the other rooms you would have had to come through to get here, there would have been a small pool of water with what you can only associate as like a frog spawny type effect. There seems to be multiple eggs and whatnot. These do not look like the aboleth eggs. These look more like fish eggs.
Kuatoa eggs, most likely.
Oh yeah, most definitely Kuatoa eggs.
Should we try these ones on toast?
Not sure how I feel about eating sentient babies.
Yeah, I know. It was kind of a joke on how descended to anarchy and evil, basically. But, yeah.
Just start squishing them.
Yeah, you're right. This is much better.
Okay, yeah, you can... you would be totally justified. The only Kuatoa you are all crazed fish people who seemed very willing to kill anything that didn't serve their purpose.
Flick is just kind of standing there and watching as you do it.
It's like, it's one of those things where it's like squishing it, but feeling terrible about it, but also being like, well, I can't help them anyways. They'd either die as young, or they'd come and murder whoever takes over the new town.
See, I suppose logically as well, you could very easily assume you killed all the parents. You killed all the things that would help these things survive. So if you didn't crush them now, they would die of starvation.
Yeah.
So...
Yeah. Flick still doesn't feel good. He's still gonna let Keldor do all the killing if he can.
Oh yeah, like this is a justifiable mercy killing.
Yeah.
Because unless you're gonna take this entire like frog spawn type thing and try and transport it and cultivate a new generation of non-mentally manipulated Kuatoa, like it's probably easier to just assume this tribe should have been like. It might as well just be wiped. This isn't a genocide. More Kuatoa exist in the world. Just this tribe. They were obviously obedient to the aboleth they perceived as their god. You know, they didn't have a god, so you don't know how much of that is intrinsically ingrained into the children. So if they would have come around with no god to guide them, who knows what they would have done.
Probably would have been so much worse than what these ones were doing.
Most likely. with no direction.
They were already pretty bad with direction.
Exactly. It's a very morally grey thing.
Yeah.
None of you would feel good about this, but it's probably ultimately for the best.
I ain't telling anybody else, though.
That's incredibly fair.
I
It's
ain't
not
talking
exactly
to
going to bring it
anybody.
up either.
Yeah, we're both like, yeah, this had to happen, but it doesn't have to let the rest of the party know about it.
Yeah. Flick like stands around and like watches, you know, sort of in solidarity with you. You can't bring him to kill them for most of it, but then as you're like down to the last couple, you sort of turn around and wander into the other room. Find that big seaweed bowl looking thing that you were describing, and he just goes up and kicks it.
The tangle of vegetation?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it like attached to a wall or the ground or something? Just like kick it like a...
It's just kind of there.
He's gonna walk up and try and kick it like a ball attached to him.
Oh dear.
Oh
dear.
Now I need to see what it actually fucking does.
Like, he doesn't actually think it's a thing. He thinks it's just like a ball of vegetation that's in
It's
place.
debris.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh dear. It's not because it's like a super bad effect. It's just more like, yep, that's its one use gone. So when you kick this thing, it was kind of neatly suspended, like on a. You kick it. The moment it hits the floor, it explodes into a very familiar-looking thing. You have just watched Zindrix perform this spell multiple times. It essentially forms an entanglement. An entire 50-foot radius is covered in thick vines.
Oh shit! Kill! Oh no! Kill her! Ah!
I just walk over and I'm like, "What did you do?"
You ever
You
just
see my eye peeking out between a couple vines.
I walk over and start cutting him out.
Yeah. You look and you see that the ball of knotted. It seems gone. It seems like, oh, that's a one-time use thing. Whoops.
I don't even know what happened, so.
Hey, Keldor!
Yes.
I finally got to cast a spell.
Ultra just
That's
looks
wonderful.
down at his little friend and is like,
When people ask, we tell them about this part.
okay.
Yeah.
So there's a huge pile of copper coins.
Yeah.
This little potion vial and a jar of ointment.
Yes.
Do you think we can fit all the coins into the jar?
No.
Keldor just starts laughing his head
I
off.
take the jar and I try one coin and just put it in and see if it disappears like it does in my bag.
It has ointment in it.
Disappear. Yeah,
The-
I know. Bloop.
Wait, you have a bag of holding?
I do.
Oh.
Kid,
So,
how
I'm
many
like-
items can you shrink?
Oh, I didn't take that spell.
Oh, fine.
So,
No, I took the one that makes extra arms pop out of me and shoot lightning.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
So, Flick, when you drop a coin in this ointment, you know, I'm assuming it's very careful, like you're holding the ointment away from you and you throw it in eyes.
Yeah.
You now have a jar with ointment and a single copper coin in it.
Well, that didn't work.
Your bag
Want
is
me to
a
get it
bag of
out?
holding. I take like the burlap sacks that I had brought down with me and just start shoveling all the coins I can fit in it. And I'm like, tie it off one and then drop it into his bag.
The bags still have to fit through the opening.
They're not
So-
that big bags, but
Yeah, but this is like a backpack. Like the opening to it is like, you know, like
I
yay big or
stuff it
something,
in.
right? Yeah.
See, I'm very alarmed because there's someone in the chat called Dagon H is taking some of those Kuatoa eggs and storing them for themselves. Don't do it!
Uh-oh.
Unless
only
you
creates more
intend to be
problems.
the omnipotent leader. So, I guess. Do
They're
it.
very impressionable, and they're also a great source of toes.
This is Dagon. Does that mean he's Notad Ragon's alter ego?
So,
He's the white dragon I thought I saw earlier.
so you guys are just coming up every now and then?
Yeah,
No,
you-
we're still down there. We haven't come out. We just stuff all the bags we can, put as much as we can fit into the bag
Ugh.
holding, and then I have 2 more sacks that I take. back.
Yeah, I'm just trying to remember the maths. We did this before. How many coins? What
Oh.
what
50
what is the maths for it again? Like
Point
what do
five.
coins weigh?
It's. Let me look.
What did you say, kid?
It's
50
0.1.
50 coins is a pound.
50 coins is a pound.
Yes.
And how many pounds can your bag of holding?
Depends on
It's
what
what
type of
I'm
bag of holding it is.
looking up. It's a bag of holding 2.
500, I think. Am I right?
Okay, so 500 times 50.
Well, we also have to deal with the volume as well, so. You might just make more than one trip.
Yeah, 500 pounds and 70 cubic feet.
I think we can fit the.
This room is not 70 cubic feet, so it should be fine.
Yeah, the room isn't 70. That's an insane amount of room, just to point out. So I'm just trying to figure out how many trips you would have to do. So if 50 coins is 1 pound,
70 cubic feet is not an insane amount of space.
It's 7 by 10. Not
Yeah.
even. It's
7 by 10, 1 foot high.
it's a 5
Oh,
by
is that
5
only
by
one?
5 room. It's
Okay, that's
75 cubic feet.
Yes. 70 cubic feet is a much smaller space than what we're thinking.
70
I'm getting-
square feet is a lot bigger.
70 square feet is just flat.
Yeah, it's like a
Okay.
5 by 5 by 5 room.
so by just by the it will take you 3 trips to get all these coins because there is
whatever we don't take on the first trip.
okay because there's 1,400 pounds of copper coins.
Holy cow. Well, we take however much we can carry in one trip, and that's it.
Okay, so just 500 times 50. Okay, so in that case, you take 25,000 copper coins.
Well, these are good for hiring people. I say as we swim up through the water.
Yeah.
We see them breach the surface. Kid looks over and he's waving with 2 hands. He's like, "Oh, hey guys, you're coming back," and one of them just falls off.
That's only like 250 gold.
Yes, but
Yeah,
people
look,
who you hire don't get that much, so it's a decent amount, really.
The fact that you know that there is almost 2 times more than what you have still down there. You look like you have gotten only just over 1/3 of the total amount.
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe you'd want to keep getting it. I don't know. Depends if you just want to start throwing pennies at people.
You do
We're already going to
realize
have an
that
entire wagon of copper coins.
10 copper coins is a living wage in those circumstances.
Is 10 copper coins a gold, or is it 100?
It's 100 for a gold. Like a gold
Yeah.
piece is something that most people will never see in their lifetime.
Yeah.
So 10 copper
and then-
coins for hire is not bad.
Yeah, you'll be fine. This is just you throwing around money, really. So yeah, go right ahead and add 25,000 copper coins to the party treasure, along with these 2 unidentified things: a potion vial and a jar of ointment. Oh, with 1 coin in it. So don't forget that 1 copper coin in there.
Can I spellcraft those? Try to identify?
I'm on it as well.
Yes, you most certainly can.
We'll do the potion first, and then the jar with a coin in it.
I will do the same. I am I'll just detect magic. I'm not even bother hitting the macro on this one.
Detect magic, yeah. These are both magical. Spellcraft 15. This for the jar of ointment.
Yep.
Okay, so let me just look this up because it's got a stupid name and I don't like the name.
Change the name.
Yeah, it's just one of those like very. It's one of the things when someone says the name, you go, "Okay, that's a D&D sounding name."
Let's make it happen.
Okay, so on the detect magic, you figure out this is giving off a faint conjuration aura, and spellcrafts of 15 and 15 on this ointment. Looking at it, you kind of going, this looks like it could be used for curative purposes. Like small amounts of it could probably be quite useful. And weirdly enough, it looks as if it could do multiple things, but it looks as if there's only maybe like 5 uses. Trying to look at it and trying to figure out exactly what it could be. It looks like it could be used as an anti-venom, or to remove diseases, or just to cure wounds.
Just to test it, I want to take one of my arms that fell off. I want to find like a little scuff mark on it. And I just want to take the little barest bit of it, like not enough to constitute an application, but just enough to do a little dab. I want to dab it on the. Yeah, I want to test it and make sure it works. Just dab it on like a little scratch the arm got.
If you do that, the scratch on the arm heals up.
Okay. I think this works, I say, gesturing with the arm.
Hilda's just looking at you like you're complete.
The other arm falls off.
Other thing.
Kildor has to walk away.
The other potion, the detect magic. Do you need to cast it again, or does it?
No, it just keeps going for a good amount of time.
It's giving off an aura of transmutation, and the more you look at it, the more you can't like. Kid, this actually looks very familiar. You know what this potion is. In fact, the viscous fluid inside of it is actually kind of difficult to truly get a good lock on. It seems to be blurred. It seems to like be vibrating and blurring. Oh, okay, potion of blur.
I still want to see what it tastes like. I don't want to drink it, just like little sip.
Okay, as you get like, what you like dip a finger in, like.
No, I'm just gonna take like just a little sip of it and see if my tongue starts getting blurry.
Well, that's exactly it. Your tongue like begins to buzz in and out, and you get weird taste sensations. Like you get a hint of salt, but then a hint of sweet, and it kind of just keeps flickering between the two, and you can't really determine what the hell you just put in your mouth.
This would taste very, very good on that chicken that we had back at Scarfell.
Eldor just looks at you and is like...
It would also be a good conversation starter, because if we put this over the top, it would take them out.
Are Matthias and Prim still drinking by the fire?
I would assume so.
Constitution check to see how drunk they are.
Yeah. So, roll me a con save, and I will throw one out for the bard.
No. Wait, that's wrong.
Oh,
what did Primrose get? 7.
She's wasted.
The bard ain't doing much better. They're both. Primrose is definitely more gone, and the bard is, like he's kind of rocking, but he's a slightly more sober friend. Like, let's face it, if you were to come across these two, Primrose would be the one who would walk up to you and like put their arm around your shoulder and go, "Now, let me tell you this thing." And Matthias would be the one who'd be like, "Ignore my friend. They're drunk. You should listen to this thing. That's really important."
Just listen, it'll be over sooner than
don't let them talk at you too much. They're drunk. I mean, I'm drunk.
I hope Eliza hasn't wandered too close. Or,
I mean, Eliza's just kind of hanging out. If she saw that Primrose wanted to go and have time with someone else, and Eliza's cool with that. You have your own space. You don't need to be around each other. 7, not attached at the hip.
Not yet.
She can feel really good about herself and the fact that her purposes were essential in this fight.
Wait, was that you, Archer, that said not yet? I am surprised.
well, I'm just saying, if Eliza wandered close to Prim in this state, Prim might get a little bit clingy and a bit inappropriate.
That's basically entirely up to you. Do you want Eliza to come over? Do you want to...
Roll for it. Do it.
Percent chance, high percent. She went over.
Alrighty, let's... slash R. 1D1 100. Boosh!
Oh dear.
Yeah, that's over 50. Eliza does eventually pop her head out and wander over, and she tries to keep her distance a little bit, but she does try and move over to the fire to see what's going on. She doesn't want to interrupt any conversation that's going on. She just kind of wants to try and slowly slip in and sit down.
I mean, the moment she gets close enough, Primrose is gonna pounce and be clingy as fuck.
Oh, hey, this is. Thank you for. I guess I did kind of need a hug. I've never seen a giant tentacle fish.
That should be something you should take as a good thing.
Yeah. Right?
I wasn't trying to like interrupt anything. It seemed like you were having lots of fun, and I'm not really a drinker. But
I'm
you
having
guys.
more fun now.
But I haven't done anything. I literally just walked over.
Yo, God, the only thing is fine. It's fine. Oh.
I don't really understand what's going on. But okay.
Eldor like looks over and sees what's going on and is like, "Don't worry about it. They're all like that when they get into that state." And then just keeps walking on with like these two giant sacks of coins over his shoulder.
Then here comes Spike with his little bag of holding that weighs nothing.
Yeah, Keldor's like 100 pounds on his back.
What were you trying to say, Rebecca?
I'm trying to determine what is the appropriate role to determine how inappropriate Primrose gets.
Oh, that's a charisma check.
Her fun
Yeah,
sees.
that's definitely a charisma check.
Okay.
And you're a bard. I would definitely say it's this thing.
With appropriate drunken minuses. Or bonuses, depending on what you're
Yeah,
playing.
this is why I really should be drinking right now to get a full character, but we'll see how that.
Meh. Yep, okay.
Lovely. Primrose, unfortunately, you're probably a little expected. And so, this is coming off with all the grace and tact of some drunk, middle-aged man shouting what he thinks is the equivalent of poetry to someone across the street, and what they eventually managed to muster out is, yes, tits.
Oh no. No. I think Primrose has more tact than that, even when they're drunk. I hope.
Roses are red, violets are blue. I want to bone you.
That's okay.
Kid looks over and
actually,
even he
that's
realizes
fine.
there's something terrible what just happened.
Nah, at least it rhymed.
I don't know. I'm thinking. I don't know. You'd probably make some crude tentacle joke because the last thing being talked about was the tentacle
Yeah.
fish.
Hmm.
I would. Primrose would. So would I. It's cool.
And Eliza kind of looks at you like, that's,
Oh
I mean, no judgment.
But
People
no.
people like what they like, and that's fine.
But nobody likes that.
I'm personally still, well, not traumatized. You know, I'm over that. I am over seeing countless innocent and guilty creatures be slaughtered mercilessly. It's almost like I'm dying inside a little bit every time I have to watch it happen. But
Just a little bit.
tentacles, no, not for me, because that, no, thank you.
I don't know how to respond to that. I don't think Marvel does either.
I guess
Well,
you have to
uh,
cancel the order for all the tentacle points.
Well, if you guys ever change your mind, Vako does know black tentacles.
Oh
Did you just imply a threesome will happen to each other? Oh my god.
Well,
I'm
I
so
mean-
glad that's the
Terrible
only
idea.
spell she had left.
The whole person on
None of that.
the whole person on Baco keeping him quiet.
What just happened? Holy shit.
I think it's best we don't know.
Yeah.
I'm totally on it.
Primrose, let's go, Eliza. Just sit there quietly, just like, I think I'm drunk.
Eliza, very calmly. I'll let you
You're
keep on
drunk,
with
so.
this, but I'm probably going to go and get some sleep. At
None of
least-
that, kid says. Kid's gonna look up and is like, today's a day that we need to celebrate a little bit. On this horrible damp ground, in that horrible watery city that's destroyed, no offense, Duratera.
She just shrugs. Goes,
Yeah, it's busted.
We managed to kill a fish and get an amulet that we don't know at all what it does just. And let me tell you,
We'll put it on. See what it does.
I don't think any of us would have been able to do that back in Dundee.
True.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
So we spent this time moving around, getting this ragtag assortment that we call ourselves. And we've got some people who matter quite a bit. Even you, Prince.
He's sat in the back of a wagon, but like, you just hear a knock on some wood. Like you just hear like a loud knock, as if like he's going, "Yeah, I can hear. You do you."
Okay. I don't know about
Busy
you
having
guys,
an emo moment.
but I'm really hyped to do something about this. I'm feeling a little unstoppable right now. So let this, and Kid walks over to the bonfire, and he picks up a piece of wood that's not all on fire. Let's just
Just
be
a
the
tip?
last time we have to see a town burn. And he's going to throw it into the oil pit.
Nice.
I mean,
So
Meanwhile,
we watched this one drown, but
It was a metaphor. In fact, Unst actually like he leans down to you, Flick, and goes, "I think he was making metaphor."
I also was making the entire pit burst into flames.
Also that.
So Flick can feel a little validated.
Flick, your burning field lights up.
Quite nicely, by the way.
Oh yeah, it's real pretty. Notad and Gen 3 kind of give each other a little knowing look. They start casting like prestidigitation. They kind of make some pretty stuff happen. They make the smoke form like cool shapes, and they make little bright sparkles flash out of it. It's nice.
Even before
It's
they
a nice
start
little
doing
sight.
that, yeah, even before they start doing that, Flick is like staring at it go up, and he's like, "No more snide comments." Like transfixed by the flames.
Keldor is going to go and pull out all 3 kegs: keg of wine, the keg of ale, and the keg of cider. Pop them open, and then he's going to start cooking on the fire, and we'll see how terrible that is.
This is an uncontrolled forest fire. Feet from our camp.
Nah, we're.
It's the entire ground has like a layer of water on it. I think we'll be fine.
Yeah, fair enough.
You're literally 100. You're less than 50 feet away from a giant fucking like bowl of water.
True. If anybody catches on fire, they can just run screaming that 50 feet and jump into the water.
Hell, you wouldn't throw enough stuff at the wall and it'll break, and you can just drown in the camp.
That is actually something that Keldor has thought of. But anyways, let's see how good. Oh, that is good cooking.
Yeah,
that
it
is
is.
very good
Survival
cooking.
check of 23. Keldor, what are you cooking?
Well, we have jerky, and we have random
Fish.
cooking. No, we do not have fish.
Meat Sprinkles does.
Meat Sprinkles does. Keldor doesn't touch that stuff. So it'd be like
I suppose you've got some catfish.
It's true.
Yeah, I'd probably
One
use that.
catfish.
And I'd also take the claws from them.
Yeah, go right ahead.
I have a bunch of claws now. But, yeah, just a lot of, well, catfish and travel food. So, like, hard cheeses, stuff like that. Makes a really good meal.
Oh, yeah. You can smoke it as well, because it's a pretty smoky fire. So, yeah. I don't know what cooking supplies you have, so I personally like to envision, you clean your glaive off, and you rest some food on the blade of it, and you use that to poke things into the fire to pull it out.
Probably my old glaive I'd use, not the new one.
Yeah, it'd be a bit disrespectful to use your family heirloom.
Or one of the many pincer stabs we have kicking around.
I stick those into the ground and like hang meat from them.
Yeah,
like salted pork and stuff. And
well, you could go find a nearby tree somewhere and like suspend them, so you can essentially make like a little smoking rack. So you can smoke the cheeses, smoke any meats.
Cook it.
You can do all
that stuff. We have decent amount of cooking. And I'm assuming Gen 3 helped me with this.
Oh yeah, Gen 3. Like, if you look in Gen 3's big ass backpack, it's mainly cooking materials.
Perfect.
Pots, frying pans, knives, spoons, all that stuff.
We have a massive feast, and that's the rest of the day.
Everybody just has a party. Kid walks around. He slaps Vaco on the back, and Vaco sprouts 2 more.
Meanwhile, while Kid's doing that bullharky, I think, I think Prim would like talk to Matthias again, like upset, drunkenly upset. Like, I feel like I just pissed off a goddess.
No, see, what? Look at me. Listen. It's okay. You just look. Everybody, yes, little drunk. Everybody does stupid stuff and, huh?
Meanwhile, Prim has wandered off to find Eliza.
talking to nothing.
Yeah, with that, Mateus will just kind of turn around and go, I was talking.
Sugar
Yep.
flies down, and Kid just says, "You know, without you, we wouldn't have been able to do any of that."
Wait, what?
No, Sugar.
Oh, Sugar.
Without you, we
Were
wouldn't
you-
be able to do any of that.
You were trying to build Mateo's confidence up, and you just splashed it down to the
No.
ground.
Nah, Kid's going around doing little spell shenanigans with
Trying
but
out.
this time he's being very serious. Sugar was definitely one of the main reasons why we got through this, because of Sugar's early warning system.
Oh yeah, definitely. Made a big difference. I reckon Sugar kind of looks very pleased with themselves, and
They can tell me.
they can
I'm a
actually
level
talk
five
to you
wizard.
now. Oh yeah. And so that Sugar kind of it's very quiet. And he's like, you know, I do what I do.
Oh man.
Kid's fucking blown away.
Can I roll something real quick?
Everybody in the immediate vicinity just looks around and sees Kid excitedly squeaking in what sounds like a high-pitched bat noise, as he is just sitting there, unbelievably happy that his familiar can talk now.
Oh,
I've been
All right.
able to talk the whole time. You just haven't been able to hear me, dumbass.
I mean, yeah. I guess. You know, not want to brag, but I am really fucking cool.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah, you are.
God, they're the worst for each other.
They really are. I was just going to point out, guys, we have about 5 minutes, so this we're not obviously going to get super huge amounts of stuff done right now. This is more okay. Quick fire. What things would you like to start building on for next time?
apologizing to my lovely Eliza.
Okay, so that's what you want to start working on for next time. Varko, what is there any particular character stuff you want to start working on, or relationship with another person in the party, or you're fuck it, I'm gonna go
I think if Flick, after he's finished drinking or whatever he's doing, and after Archer's finished cooking, we would eat, and then I would try to have people come fly and see if we can do aerial maneuvers.
that's fucking cool. I like that.
Keldor would totally be down for
Yeah.
Keldor
Sword
has
flick.
gotten a taste for flight now.
Yeah, so it's like
Okay, Zindrix, is there anything you would like to start working towards, or any particular scenes or anything? As I said, there's not really time now, but so then I know I can make notes of them for next time.
She's gonna start studying up on different kinds of humanoids because with her new class level, she can wild shape into those. So she's gonna start with gnolls, since that's what she has closest. And she's gonna start to learn to wild shape into different humanoids.
I think that's kind of cool.
Keldor's just jaw dropping.
I like the idea of Zendrix just walking up to Keldor, looking him really dead in the eye. Again, okay, and her face just slowly turns into as she's studying it.
Keldor's just
The fuck?
exactly. He's kind of excited about it, but at the same time, he's like, what?
After a few hours of silent study, she'll just walk up to Keldor and say, "Watch this," and she will transform into a gnoll.
And he will fall down onto his butt and be like,
Okay, I love that. That's going to be a fantastic set of stuff to start working on for next time. Cody, you're obviously talking to Sugar. Is there anything else?
No, Kid is currently drafting up battle plans on how to use Duralon arms to be the most effective fighter that he could possibly be. A four-armed fighter with a shield, a torch, and a spiked chain.
Fucking hell. Okay. Flick.
I just want to, in addition to the stuff, eating and aerial maneuvers, spent a couple hours this afternoon practicing my shot with daggers, and especially my new gauntlet.
Alrighty, groovy. And Keldor, obviously you've got someone coming and be like, hey, I can turn into you. You've got aerial maneuvers. Anything else?
Well, besides all the crazy stuff, it probably would have happened before when he's handing out the food. When he gets to Mateus, who is still super drunk, he just hands him the plate of food and is like, thanks for saving me back there. Slaps him on the shoulder and then walks off.
When you do it, Mateus kind of goes, what? Oh yeah, I did this thing. And gives like a really awkward thumbs up, eyes half closed. Alrighty, I think that's a wonderful set of things. I'm gonna go. Well, I have to go write notes down and all of that so I can figure out cool things to think up for next time. Alrighty, thank you everybody for showing up. We're going to be leaving you now. We're gonna go raid somebody. Archer, who are we raiding?
Believe it's on the frontier again.
Forefront? Is that the one?
Yes.
Alrighty. So
I'm
before
not
we do
100%
that,
sure though.
yeah, I'll get typing that in. Before we do that, did you like the stuff you saw here? Well, you'd be crazy not to. You should find out what is going on by following Welcome to the Party on Twitter, at WelcomePartyRPG, here on Twitch, at WelcomePartyRPG. Subscribe over on YouTube at youtube.com/Welcome to the Party, and join the Discord down below. If you liked me in particular, because, I don't know, some people are weird, you can find me on Twitter at The Bardic Knock. You can find me on YouTube at The Bardic Knock. You can find me on my Patreon at The Bardic Knock. And you can find me on Twitch, where I am slowly working my way through every single main series Final Fantasy game. And I mainly am trying to keep a consistent Wednesdays at like 1 p.m. Eastern time for that. So most people can't watch, but it all gets sent over to my YouTube channel. So you want to watch me suck at Final Fantasy? Do that. Archer has a Twitch channel as well. He will tell you what days he does stuff on. But he also has a DeviantArt, and he does a lot of the artwork that comes up before and during our break. So you should go find that on DeviantArt. Archer, what days and what are you streaming?
Currently, it is a hiatus this week because I just got schedule changes at my job. I will be back next week. So, should be starting out with a couple new games. I'm not completely sure yet what I'm gonna do.
All right. Yeah, and then the last thing, because we do love plugging him, is the artist that Cody commissioned for the artwork of Kid. You can find his stuff on Thomas-Safe Zone on Tumblr. And with everything plugged appropriately and all that good stuff, thank you for joining us, everybody. And until next time, stay safe and happy adventuring. And we're going to go raid on the Forefront. Goodbye.
Good night.
Bye.